What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Travis and I produce content for homeowners and up-and-coming heating and air technicians, teaching you everything you need to know about heating and air. And I want to say first off, forgive me if you see my arm holding this camera. I dropped and broke my tripod. One of the things that happen in this business, trying to film something by yourself, you drop your tripod, you break it, and so you're left holding your camera. So hopefully I can get another one pretty quickly. But anyway, on this service call, what I'm going to be showing you how to do, I found a inducer motor assembly that was seized, and we're replacing this inducer motor assembly today. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you guys want to see how I replace an inducer motor assembly, stay tuned and I'll meet you around at the furnace. Alright guys, we're walking around to the furnace now. I don't know if you can see the rain that's coming down. Just to tell you, heating and air is not always a fun job. You got to work on stuff when it's raining, when it's not. People out of heat, you got to take care of them. But this is the gas pack that we're replacing the inducer motor assembly on. That when I came out to check this furnace on a maintenance, we found the inducer motor assembly was messed up. So the first thing that we're going to do, we'll go over here. We're going to take power off. Gosh, no, this thing is stuck. Alright, we'll go remove power. And our inducer motor assembly on this type of Goodman furnace is back behind this wall. So we're going to take this off with the two screws, and then we'll get started. Okay, here's our inducer motor assembly that we're replacing. We're replacing this whole part. This part right here stays. That's part of your flue pipe. But on this inducer motor, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, one at the bottom here, one on the side, and one over here. So what I did to get, you've got another little panel that's right in the way. What I did was I took some of the screws out of the top to be able to lift this top up just a little bit, pull this out, and with that out of the way, we can get those screws right here on the side. This inducer motor will come straight out. We'll pop another motor in, and everything should be good. So first thing that we're going to do, we're going to start removing these screws. We're going to start on the bottom. Take our screws out. We go to this side over here. Screw here. We're going to need an extender. I put this little extender on my drill. Makes it very easy to get in tight spaces. Got that one out. And now we'll go ahead and take the top screws out. But first I'm going to go ahead and remove this little pipe. And before I take the last screw out, what I always do is I cut my wires here. And what that's going to make it easy is when we put our new motor in, we'll be able to tell exactly where those motor wires go, and we can wire those back exactly. So let's take our last screw out. And now all we got to do is remove our motor from our unit, and basically this top here is held on with a few 5/16 screws. We want to take that off because we're going to use that again. There's only one screw on it, so we're going to remove that top piece, and then basically everything should be straight. You have to take a little pair of channel locks and knock that off. Alright, well here's our inducer motor assembly, taken completely off. And let's go ahead and open up our box and see our new inducer motor assembly. Okay, here's our new inducer motor assembly. And with this, from Goodman, it comes with a brand new gasket. What we're going to do first is, you can see there's a little bit of gasket material here left. And what makes that's good is we can put our new gasket assembly up. And most of the time it will hold. There we go. You line up our screw holes with the holes that are there in the gasket, and see right there, it just holds the gasket. So that'll hold it just enough for us to take the new motor, pop it in there, start putting our screws back. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we want to take this flue pipe assembly that we took off our old flue pipe. We want to take that, we want to put it back on our new inducer motor assembly and put our screw back in first. Alright, and as you see, our gasket is there, held with the screw holes where they need to be. So all we need to do is take our new inducer motor, line it right back up, and start putting our screws back in. Now I always start with putting the screws back in the top, so that'll help hang it to get our bottom screws in. So we're going to start working at the top and work our way around. And as you see, well, hope you can see it, at least on this side anyway, our screw holes with our gasket and our inducer motor assembly are lined up straight with the screw holes here. So it makes it very easy. If you line your gasket up first, put your inducer motor up, everything will be lined up, and all you got to do is screw your screws in. Get our one at the bottom, and then we'll get our one over here on the other side. Alright, inducer motor assembly is in and is secure. Now what we're going to do, we may have to move this pressure switch a little bit, but we've got our lines here off of our new motor. And we've cut, and these all come with stake-ons. So basically all we need to do is we need to pull these wires through to our circuit board and just wire our new wires in color for color. Alright, here's our black wire for our motor. We're going to pull that off. We're going to discard it. We're going to take our black wire from our new motor. We're going to pop this right in. Now, if you ever get to the point that your wires come off, you can't tell where they are, you can always check your wiring diagram. That's why I tell you it's very easy, especially when you're replacing parts. If you just go ahead and cut the wire, you can follow the wires directly, and it makes it so easy to replace these wires. So we're going to take our blue wire off. We're going to take our new blue wire from and this goes to the inducer terminal. We're going to take our red wire off. That also goes to the inducer terminal on our circuit board. We'll hook that up, if I can get it positioned the right way. And lastly, our red wire fell off. Let's pop that back on. Okay. And then last but not least, we got our purple wire, which is, I take it, L2, because that's where our other purple wire came from. We will hook that up to L2. And basically our inducer motor is set. The only thing here is our pressure switch. As you saw, this line here will not reach. All we got to do is just change the position of our pressure switch. So let's do that now. Alright, our inducer motor is in. So now all we got to do is we got to put our panels back together. We'll go screw our top back down. And we'll start it up and make sure everything works. Alright, so let's go ahead and put in power. Alright, we can see our inducer motor is spinning now. The problem was with this inducer motor was seized. It would not turn. So if it would not turn, it will not turn your it will not close your pressure switch. It will not turn the system on. Everything is started up. We can feel the heat coming out of here. This is what our inducer motor blows the air out of. So our inducer motor is working and everything's working fine. So guys, pretty easy service call. One thing I can tell you, when you order OEM parts for the system, well, a lot of times you have to order factory parts for the system itself because a generic won't go back in. But anytime you order OEM parts, a lot of times the money that you save ordering generic parts with having labor, it cuts out on labor cost. It's just very good to get factory parts if you can. Very easy thing to do, not hard at all to replace inducer motor assembly. So if you can do it yourself, you'll save yourself a lot of money. So guys, this is it. This is it for the service call. I hope you learned something. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. You know it means so much to me. And as always, I will see you on the next broken furnace and we'll fix it together. Thanks guys. Bye.